Hi everybody, I'm Sandro Manzo, Sales Manager responsible for data analytics, IoT and next generation communication at Proximus. I'm very excited to be here today. Thank you for joining this breakout session. We've learned a lot this afternoon about how machine and objects can communicate with each other. But what about machine enabling better and efficient communication between people? Before we start, if you have any question you would like us to answer during this session, please drop it under the Q&A tab at the right side of your screen. Ready? Let's go. Let's start with a fact. Look at the way you interact with your family, with your friends, and now look at the way you interact with your colleagues. Look at the way you interact with your customers, with your vendors. There is a gap. It's clear. The first trend that we see on the communication landscape is the 24/7. Whether it is working outside business hours because work life is a bit blurred during Corona, or looking for information or placing your order late at night, 24/7 is for sure the new normal. Trend number 2. It's the multi-channel. The importance of multi-channel keeps on increasing. We have an average 6 touch points with a company, and depending on what we want to do, we have a preference for a certain communication channel. Look at this example. You will book a trip on a self-service website, for example, but you will phone or use the live chat to know if you can travel with your stroller. More than this, if you want to receive a refund due to a flight cancellation, chances are that you will write an email, correct? So clearly, offering multi-channels is a no-brainer to support a customer journey. Trend number 3, instant. We have all become hugely impatient. We want an answer, and we want it now. Whether it is from our HR department, our IT help desk, or the customer service, instant has become the minimum expected level when it comes to responsiveness. Look at this chart. This shows the most acceptable response times from customer service for each channel. I'm sure that there is some challenge for you on that, for us too. Trend number 4, and that's the last one, it's the increasing presence of the generation mute. Do you know those people? Look around you. You know the generation X, the generation Y, the Z, but you know probably people that we name generation mute. This is a new label for young people who spend most of their time glued to their mobile phone and sending message or uploading photos. They prefer chatting with their families, friends, but also their company, their bank, their store, instead of calling them. It's a fact. And by the way, look at your workforce, look at your employees, look at your colleagues. You mustn't forget about them when thinking about your digital interactions inside your company. So we see it. Customers and employees' expectations are increasing, which drives the cost of communications higher and higher. It is Proximus' ambition to opening a world of digital possibilities to live better and work smarter. So how can we support you in this new challenge of digital interaction of your customers and with your employees? We believe that the only way that companies can keep up with increasing customer and employee expectations with regard to interactions is by combining communication and intelligence. Multi-channel is a fact. By combining all preferred channels of your customers or employees, just like the traditional one, mail, phone, SMS, but also the registered mail, the new one, RCS, WhatsApp, Messenger, Twitter, even our smart speaker, our connected speaker. And by blending them with relevant artificial intelligence like chatbot, voicebot, speech-to-text, and so on and so forth. By doing that, you can build a true customer-centric journey. Now that the context is very clear, I hope, let me zoom on 4 tools you can implement to digitalize and automate your communication. First one, the Voicebot. Well, a Voicebot, what can a Voicebot do? First, it can automate voice call out. A second is offload repetitive questions from contact center, reception desk. A third possibility is to plan calls and meeting automatically. You can also, a Voicebot can also input directly data in CRM and databases. It can provide generic info like the timetables, appointment confirmation, and so on and so forth. And last but not least, a simple use of the Voicebot is to make IVR interactive. And that's the case of Clinique Notre-Dame-de-Grâce of Gosselies. This is our first customer case. Clinique Notre-Dame-de-Grâce is an hospital in area Charleroi which receives more than 5,000 calls a week. When you call this hospital, you have to wait on average 10 minutes before being connected to the receptionist who dispatches all calls towards the 750 employees and towards the 170 doctors of the hospital. On their requests, a bot will now ask a few questions to the callers, and the call will be routed instantly to the right service or person. Moreover, the bot will be able to modify or cancel the appointments. Here is an example of routing.
Bonjour, la clinique Notre-Dame-de-Grâce vous souhaite la bienvenue. Comment puis-je vous aider?
Oui, bonjour, je téléphone pour modifier un rendez-vous, s'il vous plaît.
Au sujet d'un rendez-vous, pour quel service appelez-vous? Par exemple, radiologie.
C'est pour le service de kiné.
J'ai compris que vous appelez au sujet d'un rendez-vous avec le service de la kinésithérapie. Est-ce correct?
Oui.
Est-ce que vous prenez contact concernant un rendez-vous avec Stéphane Paquet?
Non, il s'agit de monsieur Henrich.
Je vais vous transférer pour votre rendez-vous avec le service de la kinésithérapie. Merci pour votre appel et à bientôt.
So on top of making the routing easier, the bot can also answer the most frequently asked question and redirect only the complex one to an agent. Example.
Bonjour, la clinique Notre-Dame-de-Grâce vous souhaite la bienvenue. Comment puis-je vous aider?
Oui, bonjour, je téléphone pour un rappel de paiement.
Si votre paiement de la facture a eu lieu entre le 23 et le 27 novembre, vous pouvez ignorer le rappel de paiement que vous avez reçu. Est-ce que cela répond à votre question?
Non.
Ok, je vais vous transférer vers le service de facturation qui pourra vous assister. Merci pour votre appel et à bientôt.
Another customer case is Engie. Engie has a control center that manages all the wind turbines on site. Previously, the maintenance management system for wind turbines within Engie was not optimal. The basic system didn't allow for an optimal follow-up of the interventions and efficient communication between the technicians and the control center managers. Some incoming calls from the technicians were completely lost. What we did here is that we installed a voice calling application logging all calls, enabling conversations replay, but also automated calls by the Voicebot. On top of this, the SMS channel has been added. Technicians can send an SMS to the control center instead of calling if needed. Speaking about communication from machine to people, an automatic SMS system from the wind turbines has also been implemented. Automatic alerts from the wind turbines connected to the system send automatic SMS messages in case of technical problem. Thanks to that system, no more calls are lost and communications is much efficient. Now let's zoom on the second tool I would like to introduce you today and give some inspiring use case. This is the little brother or the big brother of the Voicebot, the Chatbot. Actually, a chatbot is very similar to a voicebot. It simulates human conversation. It can outsource repetitive tasks, offer a uniform customer experience across different channels. Think about if a customer of yours asks a question on WhatsApp or on Messenger, and that he gets different responses, different answers from a channel to another. This is not the way to go. Also, one of the most convenient advantage of a chatbot is the fact that you can open a window 24/7 for your customers. It is always available. And last but not least, and certainly interesting in Belgium, a chatbot can speak any language. Good example is the chatbot, one of the chatbots that Proximus used for himself. At Proximus, we have already a long experience with bots. One of the most popular one is Yoda. Yoda stands for your own digital assistant. It's our own HR bot, human resources bot. This is currently the biggest human resources bot of the Benelux. He understands more than 40,000 intents, French and Dutch. And it's currently growing each and every day. Thanks to Yoda, the calls to HR employees dropped 25%. As a consequence, it enabled the HR people to concentrate on complex questions. A second inspiring example is ALD Automotive. ALD Automotive is an international fleet operator. You know them, operational leasing company. Although in the past, ALD Automotive focused on the professional market, the company is noticing an increasing interest in leasing among private clients. That has a definite impact on the way they communicate with their clients. Why? Because while the professional call them during office hours and they send them info by letter or email, residential customers would rather get in touch with them after office hours, and preferably any time of the day or night. The problem is ALD don't have people in ALD contact center outside office hours. So they came up with the idea of adding extra channels alongside phone and email, such as Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp. We linked up a chatbot to them so they can respond to their clients night and day. And guess what? The reaction have been positive so far, very positive. ALD informed their customers that they are communicating with the chatbot. They were clear with that. During the test phase, they felt that it was really important to notify this. And the clients clearly love using WhatsApp. ALD noticed they like people. They like being able to send a quick message and get a quick reply. The agent in the contact center are also very positive and enthusiastic. Why? Because the chatbot takes care of the most common questions and so act as a digital assistant. The staff can spend their time on the most difficult questions, and this makes a real difference to the clients. Third tool that I would like to zoom in today is #Interact. #Interact is a web-based platform that allows you to manage all digital interactions from one place. It's a central interface for all conversation on your social networks and digital channels, such as Twitter, Facebook, Messenger, Chat, WhatsApp for Business, and so on and so forth. It can answer visitor questions directly through the preferred channel. It can route the messages to the right employee based on language and skills. And you can integrate #Interact into your CRM system for an optimal follow-up. More than this, you can connect, and this is actually the majority of our customer doing so, you can connect your chatbot with #Interact. This will make your chatbot suddenly smarter. Why? Because it will never bug on any complex question again. You know how frustrating it is to ask a question to a bot and that he doesn't answer, or he answers politely that he doesn't get it. So now a chatbot can always reply something to your customer because he will automatically answer the frequently asked questions from customers and employees, but in case of complex or specific one, then you will hand over to human, keeping in mind the history of the conversation. And last but not least, #Interact offers a variety of statistics. You will get a better overview of your team activities thanks to reporting tools. ALD that I presented before use #Interact. But Start People, which is the number 2 in the Belgian agency staff market, uses too. The company puts 10,000 people to work every day. For the job applicants, people who hope to find work via Start People, the combination of online contact and the branch network are of great importance. For agency staff who are already working via Start People, accessibility is key, is essential. Start People digitizes the interaction with its agency staff. A chatbot makes processing sick leave amazingly fast and spreads the workload. Almost all agency staff who are sick report this around 8 o'clock in the morning, resulting in increasing waiting times. On Monday morning, for example, it was frequent to have 20 minutes waiting time before being able to notify your sickness. Employing more staff to deal with that peak makes little sense because later in the day, the number of calls falls sharply. So Start People saw the issue as an ideal test for a pilot project with a chatbot. And guess what? 65 to 70% of reports of sick leave that come in via chat are now done entirely with a chatbot. Thanks to #Interact, if someone still has specific questions, then an advisor takes over the conversation from the chatbot. Last but not least, our 4th tool of the day will enable you to digitize the mail, the real mail, and the registered mail towards your customers and employees. Its name is Dogdrop. So, basically, what is Dogdrop? It's a web-based platform, just like #Interact, that allows you to send documents digitally via regular, registered, or customized mail. It allows you to automatically send a confirmation or reminder via text message, to avoid manual procedures to reduce the risk of delays and errors, and moreover, an archiving system makes sure you can quickly find all your documents sent. All you need is an internet connection, via Proximus or not, and an access code. Some customer case for Dogdrop. Forum Jobs, for example, is an interim office with 4,500 daily temporary workers, and up to recently, the process for sending out the HR documents to their 200 employees was manual, meaning GDPR issue for the printing, manual folding, manual stamping, no many possibilities for tracking. They adopted Dogdrop recently, so now they can upload all HR documents at once, making the process quicker and easier than before. A real productivity gain, but also satisfaction increase for the HR employees. Second customer case is Seraphine. Seraphine is the Belgian scale-up specializing in digital insurance. Needs no introduction. They want to make insurance simpler. Today, the platform receives more than 1 million visits and 40 employees manage almost 250 insurance requests per day for a portfolio of 15 products in collaboration with 10 different insurance. So there is a very high demand for insurance for cars, motorcycles and homes, and this is the result of their ambition of becoming the digital platform of reference in the insurance sector. Seraphine has set up a process to remind their customers not to forget to pay their insurance bill. And the thing is that thanks to Dogdrop, they now upload their document to the online platform, and the registered mailings are then automated completely from that point on. A solution that, by the way, not even bpost offers. For Seraphine, going along to the post office to send a registered letter is now a thing of the past. So last but not least, Proximus also. One of the other sector where digitalization of the document is key is certainly in the construction sector. In the building sector, companies have to work with each other, with subcontractors and so on. And the thing is that they don't trust each other. And today they use registered mail at €8 the letter to communicate with each other about too late delivery of the project or inventory. This is already the case for Williman or Democo, for example. So why a Proximus logo on this slide? Well, actually, because Proximus uses Dogdrop 2 in the framework of building the fiber network. To avoid the cost of registered mail, Proximus switched over to communication via registered email at a cost of €2.8 per mail about the delivery status and inventory. Before wrapping up, let me remind you 3 things. Instant, 24/7, generation mute, multi-channels. It is clear. Digital interactions are here to stay. Second, the only way you can keep up with high expectations while keeping costs under control is by combining communication and intelligence, artificial intelligence. Third, Proximus has the expertise, solid references, you saw them, and also unique solutions to support you in this digital journey. I hope I could inspire you during this session. And if you are interested in having more in-depth session, or if you have a project in mind on which we could help, don't hesitate to contact me or my team, and we'll be glad to support you. Now, question time. So, can we have a sound example of the Voicebot by mail? Yes, yes, for sure. We can provide it to you afterwards. So just drop us your coordinates, and we will contact you to provide this. Is WhatsApp ook mogelijk op het interact? So is it possible to have WhatsApp on #interact? Yes, WhatsApp Business, which is a business version of WhatsApp, is compatible with #interact, and we can help you in onboarding on WhatsApp for Business. Wat met aangetekende zendingen? Hoe wordt dit opgevangen met Dogdrop? So, this is actually well included in Dogdrop, and if the mail, if you receive a registered email via Dogdrop, you receive the link on your email requesting to open it, and the person the company who sends you the registered email also receive a notification on that. If you have any other question, I would be glad to answer. I see that there is no other question in the Q&A. Well, in the chat. You mentioned GDPR shortly. How is it integrated in these communication boxes? Actually, this is something we may see differently for Dogdrop, Interact, and the chatbot. But in any case, the person who starts a conversation, for example, with a chatbot, or you can start it with a chat box, follow exactly the same process. So he's notified in any case that his conversation is recorded, and that he may be that his coordinates, mails, etc. could be recorded for further use. So this is it. I don't see any other question for now. If you have any question in the future, please just drop us an email or click now on the tab, and we will be happy to contact you further. Thank you very much. Bye.
Proximus. Think possible.